For today's recipe, we have tamales a la mexicana. Let's go! Vamos! In Latin America, every country has different way to make tamales, but me growing up in Buenos Aires, Argentina, right, it's the capital of Argentina, I don't know a lot about tamales. It's not part of our culture in Buenos Aires. Yes, we have tamales in the northwest of Argentina. You know how we roll in this channel. We are experts in open fire, cooking whole animals, beef, and any protein. Every time we do a recipe that is specific to some region, right, like when we did paella, we brought Alejandro from Spain. So for today, we needed an expert on tamales. I made a research who's the best tamales in town. Angelito, any? What's up, Angelito? All right, so on the research about who was the best tamales in town, who was it, Angelito?
Mi mami.
Tu mami! Angelito's mom, everybody! Let's go! Josefina. Welcome to the channel. So Josefina is so authentic that she doesn't speak good English like me, so she's gonna tell me in Spanish what to do, and I'm gonna try to tell you what I'm doing in English. ¿Vamos?
Vamos.
Tenés que estar muy orgullosa porque tu hijo es excepcional. Parte muy, muy importante de nuestro... Okay, now we're gonna talk about tamales. And you know, in our channel, we try to always do a twist, right? So we're gonna make chicken tamales, we're gonna do pork tamales, and why not? Actually, Angelito and I was talking about, we're gonna do a picanha and chimichurri tamale. I never seen that before. That's gonna be the Argentinian version or the porteño Buenos Aires version of a tamale. To begin, we have all the ingredients that we're gonna use. First, we're gonna cook the meat. How we're gonna cook the meat? We're gonna boil it. And then while the meat is cooking, we're gonna start prepping the salsa. And last, we're gonna do the masa, right? The masa, we're gonna mix lard, we're gonna mix the water from the cooks, and we're gonna make the masa, and we're gonna get it ready to build the tamales. While we are doing this, we're gonna cook Argentinian/Brazilian picanha. So let's get to work then. ¿Vamos a trabajar? ¿Me vas a poner a trabajar?
Sí.
For this cook, we're gonna use the oven. We're gonna do everything there. Remember, it's a very versatile grill. Again, we're gonna do everything open fire. Of course, you can do this in the kitchen, and it's gonna be way easier. But because we are cool AF, you know what AF means?
Alfragoni.
Alfragoni, yes, baby, you got it, huh? Okay, mama, we're gonna cook the pork here. El puerco aquí, acá el pollo. She brought all these pots and pans. And open fire, we're gonna ruin everything. Te vamos a arruinar todas las ollas.
Está bien, no se
¿Está bien? No hay chancla, no? All right, no hay chancla. Okay, we're good. She just said, I'm gonna break it in your head. We're gonna warm up water here too. Okay, we are cutting the pork and the chicken in a size that it cook fast, right? We're gonna boil it. Josefina said that probably it's gonna take 30 to 40 minutes. They're gonna be ready when they're shreddable. We're not gonna put a lot of seasonings on the water because all the seasoning is gonna be on the salsa. That's gonna be the majority of the flavor is gonna be on the salsa. And we're gonna use two different pots, one for the pork and one for the chicken. ¿Y por qué es eso? ¿Por qué usamos dos?
Porque no puede mixear las carnes.
What she said is that we can't mix raw pork with raw chicken. Once it's cooked, yes, no problem, you can mix it. Film her how she's looking at me like... Now she was smiling when you put the camera, but she was like this. Okay, we have the chicken, half onion, 3 garlic cloves. We have the pork, half onion, 4 or 5 garlic cloves. Let's go to the agua. This is gonna be the water that we're gonna use for the leaves, right? These are the leaves, corn leaves. We need to wet them, right, before we build the tamal. Warm water, no, not boiling water. Okay, guys, so now fire management. Like I said, it's way easier if you do it on your stove, right, on your kitchen, but because we're doing open fire, we have to adapt. In this sector here, just embers, we're gonna do a slow cook, and in this sector, we're gonna do more flame, because we're gonna boil the water. Like a low heat, high heat over here. We're gonna ruin Josefina's spots for sure. But that's something that Angelito has to deal with. Look, she's looking at me. This is Argentinian style, that's South American style. We're gonna count in our head. If I have to pull my hand before 6 seconds, that's too hot. So this is ready, perfect, exactly what I wanted. And we're gonna start cooking the picanha here. All right, remember, fat side down always. And never, ever trim the fat, okay? Never trim the fat. Vamos. All right, for the traditional tamales, we're gonna do two, like I told you, pork and chicken. The pork is gonna have a salsa roja, a red sauce, and that red sauce, it has chile cascabel and chile del árbol. We're gonna boil it, and then what we're gonna use the molcajete or the blender, salt, cumin, and garlic. That's it. That's all it has, okay? Vamos, that's his red salsa. You know how you say salsa roja in English? Salsa roja.
It's roja.
Roja. For the salsa verde, tomatillo, garlic, comino, cumin. Okay, now water, and we're gonna boil it too. That's gonna boil for what? 15 minutes? 15 minutos, perdón. 15 minutos. I talk to you in English, I talk to the camera in Spanish. Bien ahí. Okay, guys, 1 hour in, and the picanha is ready to flip. How do you know the picanha is ready to flip? Because first of all, the time. 1 hour is enough. And then, see, they have the moist. That means that the moist is coming out, and when you touch it like this, it's warm. That means the heat penetrated all the way to the top. This is why, guys, it's so important to keep the fat and not trim it, because the fat was protecting the meat from drying out. So this cook is almost done. It's gonna need a little bit more, like 10 to 15 minutes, and this is gonna be done. Vamos, vamos. Everything is ready. The pork is the one that took longer. So now to make the masa, we have to melt the manteca, the lard. Moment of action now. We're gonna start with the chicken one, right? The chicken filling. So we have the salsa verde, we have the chicken, so we're gonna blend it.
Yeah.
No molcajete.
No molcajete.
This is original from Mexico, so don't hate on me, okay? Perfecto. Okay, so now shred it. Now, la otra, el puerquito con la salsa roja.
Sí.
We need to strain that sauce because we need to take the pellejo out. The pellejo is the pulp. Guys, we have the pork, we have the chicken, and now it's time for my creation, okay? Let's see how we did here. What do you think? I said thin, against the grain always. I think if we cut it this way, like this, so everybody's gonna have a little bit of meat, a little bit of fat. I think this is enough because we're gonna make the traditionals more, right? And of course, picanha has to be with chimichurri. This is my chimichurri mix. You mix it with vinegar and all, and you have chimichurri ready in 10 minutes. Picanha, tri-tip, beef, and chimichurri is a match of gods. All right, what do you think, Josefina? You have to try one and tell me what you think. If it goes in a tamal or no. See?
No. Sí.
See? See, baby. Okay. Before I asked her what's the secret of a tamal, and she said the masa. The masa and how you make the masa. And I said, what is the secret of doing a good masa? And she said, una buena mano. That means a good hand. So you need to, you need to have a good hand. Doesn't matter the ingredients, you need the good hand, okay? So we're gonna use la masa, the melted lard, and the other ingredient is the water from the pork. While she's making the masa, we need to put this underwater. So I'm gonna put it here. These are the leaves. I'm excited. I'm excited. I think Angelito needs a little bit of chancla. He's moving slow today. What happened? He had a big night last night, Angelito?
Something like that.
¿Vos usás guantes siempre, no?
Yo nunca uso guantes.
Okay. She never used gloves. How are you gonna have a buena mano if you use gloves, right?
El sabor lo tiene en las manos.
The flavor is in the hands. That's what she said. Caldito. When do you know the masa is ready? Because you said it's still.
Que no puede pegar.
It crumbles, so it's not ready. So what it then needs?
Necesita más masada.
It needs more mix, more mano, and it's just a little bit more fat. Okay, guys, masa is ready, fillings are ready. First, we're gonna try to understand why the masa is ready. Texture, yeah, and it doesn't stick in your hand, right? Okay, guys, we put a lot of lard. You saw the lard that we use. We use 2 of those. So now it's assembly time, guys. Okay, wet leave.
Para mí es más fácil con una cuchara.
Okay.
¿Verdad?
She likes a spoon. And you try to cover everything, right? Oh, shit. Qué malo que soy, boludo.
agarre su hoja así, como que si esto va a agarrar su hoja.
Oh, I see, okay. Aplano
Y alza.
y alzo. She's laughing. She's not, I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Vamos a colocar la carne.
Okay, la carne. So let's start with the chicken. Is that enough? All right.
Está muy grande. Vamos a enredar así y así.
Ahí. Ahí.
Listo. Está su tamal.
Yours is way more heavy. The next step is like steam this. So we're gonna use the same pot there, and we have to steam it for 45 minutes. She said we can fit around 20. All right, we're gonna keep working. Angelito, look at Angelito. Yeah. No trabajo hoy, Angelito. No trabajo. No. I think he needs the chancla one. She said we can do it however we want. So don't judge. Now we're gonna start with the pork. Look at the color of this thing. Pork. Picanha time, baby. Picanha time, baby. Tamale de picanha y chimichurri, man. That's gonna be for the books, okay? ¿Está bien?
We ask my mom always every year, and then she doesn't or doesn't do them. So some years we will get them, some years we won't get them. But we usually we make them like every year during cold times, winter. For me, tamales is just like, it feels back at home. When I was a little kid, just roaming around the streets, having fun, and then out of nowhere, tamales are right out of the oven, ready to go, ready to eat, warm, with all your friends and families. I love my mother.
I just asked her if this is too much, it's gonna fail while we're cooking and steaming it. And she said, no, that's a very important part of the tamale cooking. It's like you have to put it all like up, right?
Taqueros parados.
Okay, cool.
Una crucecita, después coloca uno así. Da risa lo que ando aquí haciendo. Le estoy diciendo a él que yo había dicho no voy a hacer tamales y mira aquí ando haciendo tamales. Nunca pasó en mi mente que ustedes también me iban a llamar para hacer tamales.
Alright, okay guys, we finish all the masa. And what's the last step? ¿Qué es eso?
Nada más tradición de tirarle para que aguarde el vapor.
Oh, to keep the steam on, okay?
Pero en sí puede taparlo con papel aluminio.
Okay, you can use aluminum paper, but this is the tradition. The last step, guys, we're gonna put the lid on, we're gonna take it to the fire, and we're gonna steam it for 45 minutes, okay? You ready?
Ready.
Oh. Okay, vamos. Boom.
Ready?
Vamos. Woo! Chicken, I can tell this is chicken.
Ya es que ya está.
See? Oh, beautiful. So when detached from the leaf without leaving any marks, that means that it's ready. Okay. Ooh! Oh! Check this out. Pork. I don't think I've never been so excited for a moment of the truth. Vamos. Salud.
Salud.
I'm so happy right now. That was perfect. Oh, now it's pican. A little spicy, it's perfect.
Para
The
mí
masa is perfect. The pork is delicious. There's so much flavor in the pork. It's the closest thing to perfection I ever tried. Chicken. I gotta be respectful, okay? Sorry. It's so different. Now the salsa verde is something so good. I don't feel the masa competes with the filling. No, yo no creo que la masa compite con el relleno, ¿no? Es como que lo acompaña.
Lo acompaño.
This could be good or a complete disaster, okay? Chimichurri Picanha Tamal.
Ready.
Vamos. Doesn't taste like a tamal. It's pretty good.
El sazón de la picaña con la masa, con la textura
The
no pierde.
chimichurri with the masa.
Chimichurri.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Right? Okay, guys, I have to close now because the people behind the camera are starving and they want to try it. Thank you so much, Josefina, for coming. Muchas gracias por venir. This was amazing, sharing her culture with us, with all of you. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Angelito, for borrowing your mom and to share part of your culture as well. This was Tamales a la Mexicana with an Argentinian twist. If you like this type of content, comment, share, follow. Everything helps the channel to grow. If you have ideas on what we can do next, just comment below. Thanks again with all my heart. All my team are very thankful for you guys letting us do this that we love. We do it with so much passion. I'm gonna stop talking. Vamos. Alfregoni out. Vamos.
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 Vamos.